What is up, everybody? I doubt notifications go out. Let's see. Well, there's a reason for this. There's a reason. There's a reason for my ignorance. There we go. There's my ugly mug and the. Ah, look at all these people in here. Let's see what we got. 15? Awesome. That's 14 more than I expected. Big Rich, Rubine Coach, Pigtail, Air Vaquero, Nittany Line, Marty, Daryl Worth. Big Rich was first. Pale Rider TV, TJ Jones. So I have to apologize to Pigtail. I was talking to him earlier, and I told him, he goes, "Are you going to go live tonight?" I'm like, "Nope, not going to do it." I lied to you, Pigtail. I lied to you. Hashtag KW. What about KW, Marty? Because you ain't first, you're last, right? Travis Christians, what's up? I haven't seen you in a minute. Overtaxed in Minnesota. Henry Rollins, Liar, great song. I like the Megadeth. Liar. The song Liar. Nomadic Trucker, I hope all is well. You're doing okay tonight? I'm doing all right. The reason why I went live, when I said I wasn't going to go live, was because I'm here at a major box distributor. And when I checked in, I mean, these people know me by first name because I'm here like constantly. And she's like, "All right, door 157, make sure you take a nap." So either I looked really tired or she anticipated a long unload time, but they're getting it. And that's why I'm live, because if I go live, they seem to be on the ball. So I've got the coronavirus. Asian lot lizards are cheaper. You get a P.O. box yet? No, Travis. I haven't been home to get that done on a weekday. Last time I was home Saturday, I don't even know if I can even walk in the post office now. Are the post offices closed? But I will get to that, Travis. I really will, because I really want what you're going to give me here. Liar Lord, oh my God. Grafton, what's up? But we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Clyde, what's up? Light Bright. But we're doing all right, Nomadic Trucker. Thank you for asking. You know, trying to be positive today. You know, me and Pigtail were talking earlier, and talked to him. I talked to Kevin. I talked to Les D. Talked to my wife. That's the most important one. But Travis, I'll have to look, because Greene County's. No, that's right. I'll have my truck paid off in 10 months, and then I'm done. My truck will also be paid off in 10 months, too, Big Rich. Les is doing all right. You know, he's been dealing with some health issues, and he was in pretty good spirits. He tried to get me on the April Fool's thing. See, that's the thing, man. This whole virus stuff has got us all messed up. No one's thought that it's April Fool's Day. Today is the day that we celebrate fools. And there's been quite a few. But Les is doing okay. Is it past Pale Rider's bedtime? LOL. No, he's in here somewhere. He's in here. He is in here. Mine will be paid off in 10 also. We Three Stooges. Yep, I wish it was paid off now, because I think I'd probably just go home. Nah, we're still doing good out here, man. I had Friday, and I might even pick a longer one, because it doesn't seem like crap's hitting the fan like I thought it was going to. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Every single day is April Fool's Day in my world, says Big Rich. TJ says you would have had yours paid off in August, but I did trade in. I those of you who wanna you guys, I'll show you something, guys. I'll show you this. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. Virus is a distraction from the global elites and Epstein. You know, like Coach, let's bring up a point here. What other things are going on in the world? Was anybody else taken by surprise that we're like engaging our Navy over drug cartels? Isn't that kind of weird? Grocery DC over here in South End of Maine was all crabby to every driver, and spotters were short with everyone, especially if you can't blindside in and around their tiny lot. I imagine they're stressed out. Now, check this out. I was talking to my wife earlier, and the way this box store is that there's slanted parking in the stationary, right? And it goes from no trucks going in to like 15,198 trucks going in at once. Now, all the trucks coming out, it's the big box retailer's trailer, but the companies are USA, Hogan, and Werner. You guys can probably figure out where I'm at. And every single driver that was outbound, every single one, they were all like I saw 400-pound dudes running from the end of their trailer to their truck. That is not a lie. That is the honest truth. Like, the first time I saw it, I thought maybe something happened. And then the next two drivers did the same thing. It's like, does this big box retailer have that much pressure on these guys? But I have not seen a steady stream of outbound like that ever. And it was wild. It was wild to see. They were really dogging the drivers on Channel 4. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Did you like that number, Mike? Yet the rates are still dookie. Yeah, I'm starting to see that decline in the rates. It's weird. If I want to go to Denver, I can get close to $3 a mile out of Missouri. If I want to go to Phoenix, I'm lucky to get $1.60. If I want to go to the Bronx, I actually saw a load posted for $1.40 going to the Bronx. And what somebody probably did is probably said, you know what? We're going to ask for $2,400 and make it $2 a mile. And they probably we're like, yeah, we got $2 a mile going in the highest red zone of viruses ever. I-10 COVID-19 hours of service today for the first time delivering to a hospital. Good deal. Hell no, 76,000 with the virus. My biggest fear, besides getting sick, by the way, is where it's almost impossible to run. Like you don't want to run. Pamela B, just doing your everyday SHTF, preparing your home just in case you know overtaxes working hard to bring home the bacon. Good deal, Pamela. Good deal. Let's do this for you, Pamela. I think I can trust you. You are now blue. So say something, Pamela. Say something to the world. But, oh man, we're having fun. Tomorrow I get to do this all over again. So I will not be going live again. So, what a sucker he is. My girlfriend took the virus test today. The story about the hospital could easily be a movie. Really, Mike? Wow. Well, my prediction is the numbers will even get worse once they figure out a quick and easy testing solution. Did you guys check out my blue collar logic? video. Did you guys check that out about the mask? Did you guys check that out? Meanwhile, at this place, it's business as usual. No social distancing. The only difference is there's porta potties out here. So, let's take a germ-infested time that we're worried about germs, and let's give them the most possible germ-generating process ever. Pigtail, what'd you think of that? What did you think of that video? Loads out of Denver aren't bad. This one paid $262 mile for 550 miles. Really? Out of Denver? No, TJ. Is that reefer? Zipper, doors and all? She was negative. Wow. Yeah, Mike, and she was probably more exposed to going there than if they could have just done the test from her car or something, right? Now the whole world knows how truckers are treated at Zippers and the way stores treat people now. Exactly. They're doing drive-through testing in Maryland. It's probably good. I think I had this crap in November. Flu test negative. Felt like I was going to die for 3 weeks. Clyde, you're not the only one who's told me that. Jeff has talked about that. And it seemed like somebody else has talked about that. Oh, it's medical stuff. Oh, yeah. No wonder. Are you running like 1,200 miles straight? Is that what you're doing? Shippers. Oh, yeah, I read that. But the good news is the trucks that I saw in line 2 hours ago are now empty. So they're probably giving it 2-hour window so they don't have to pay attention. Now, the only time I ever get out of my truck is to fuel, open or close the trailer doors and take a shower, and that's that it seems like. Yeah. She has a blood clot in her lungs, but they sent her home. Doctor said she's safer at home during this crap. Wow. That's crazy, Mike. Yeah, those hospital ships that they put on each of the coasts, that's not for the virus. That's for, like, regular situations. I don't get viruses. I give them. Well, remind me not to hang out with you, Mr. Minnesota. Keep trucking Elliott laid off 349 employees. Really? That's wild. Okay, so when you got that, and I'm not going to fact check LVC because LVC knows this stuff. So between that and TQL laying off 500 people, gotta wonder about that. Gotta wonder. I think it's been here for a while. Wuhan had 500,000 people exodus, and they spread it all over. So now you're a liar amongst me and a fearmonger. Welcome back. Yep, I'm a liar. I'm a fearmonger. I'm a negative Nancy. And what else am I? I'm a jerk. I'm sensitive. I'm annoying. I deserve every thumbs down. And I'm an idiot. And I'm boring. Don't forget that one. That's the most important one. P&G tomorrow out of North Utah, 735 miles, rolling 1475 on Friday. The line coach says healthy. Mike Miller, a lady trucker on Facebook, told me it's conspiracy by companies taking about employees because they want to go 100% robot. You gotta love the conspiracy theories out there. You gotta love them. About taking out employees because they want to go 100% robot. I think we should go to 100% robot. You know what's funny is speaking of robots, now a couple of years ago I did a live feed about the Schneider. Schneider had a mirrorless truck. You know, they had the electronic mirrors, right? And mirrors. Whereas I saw a Werner truck today, and the mirrors were all like folded in forward, you know, but they had the electronic mirrors. And it's like, I'm glad you got the backups. Next Gen is listening. Are you really listening, Next Gen? I asked her what color her tin was. That went over well. LOL. Tin hat. Mike, what does the MF for? It stands for many fun stuff. Foo Mooch, are you retired now? Do you still drive a truck? You do NASCAR rants? Yeah, that kind of sucks. There's no NASCAR. There's no sporting events. Isn't that kind of weird? Like all the distractions that we've had are gone. No sporting events, no ceremonies, no funerals, no weddings, no ceremony. My son was going to graduate this year, and there's not going to be a ceremony for him. My daughter's orchestra, we just bought her a new cello. How long is that going to go for? Have you hit the thumbs up today, says Little White Coach. No gyms, no church. Yeah, church is canceled. Although you got a few preachers out there that are trying to make it happen and getting arrested. YouTube makeup and cooking channels are still going strong. Pamela B, do you have a makeup? Is your channel a makeup channel? I know there's some channels out there with made up stuff. Is that what you're talking about? I need to do a cooking video. Is this turned off tomorrow? People would party like drunken sailors. If this turned off tomorrow, yeah. I wish I didn't have a graduation ceremony. I just hated high school, period. Grafton, that was the first, well, no, let's say the last time I ever wore a tie, but I take it back. I wore a tux once. Can you imagine my ugly ass in a tux? But I miss seeing cars on the racetrack. I know that during my graduation ceremony, my dad, as the guy was handing my diploma, my dad goes, "Get a job!" Police station toilet stolen. Cops have nothing to go on. That's a dad joke if I ever heard one. You just now notice that, Pamela. Good deal. Vegan versus carnivore. Drama going strong. Yeah? How's that going? There's a vegan guy I follow on Instagram. And he's a very intense individual. Very intense. Lots of the cup drivers doing the iRacing thing. What is the iRacing thing? One of your daughters is a diehard vegan. I watched that movie that Joaquin Phoenix narrated. That's some pretty gruesome stuff. Racing a video game, pretty much. Oh, okay. Well, you know, keep your skills. Have any of you guys ever been on a trucking simulator? A truck simulator? I know you Schneider guys have. I know you Schneider guys. That's kind of a trip. The first time you do it, it's like you're playing a video game, but you're not. And that was the last thing I did at orientation at Schneider was I had to drive the simulator, and they had to simulate and blowing a front tire and it seemed like there was something else. That truck got wiped out a couple of times. The one they put you on at Schneider is designed for you to crash at the end. It is. It is, Spooby. I totally wiped out. Does anyone think that this will bring back manufacturing to the US so we're not so dependent on others? Vaquero, I hope so. I mean, it needs to happen. Maybe that's the plan all along. You know, maybe there's something else to this. I had 700 hours on American Trucking Sim. I had a W9 and I had it set up for heavy haul. It was a blast. I drive the 710 freeway, true danger. Simulator had ice and cattle on the orange. Yeah, you know, Air Vaquero, the first time I was ever on a simulator was with Crowder College because I was a company driver, I was a trainer. And so Transland had sent us to Neosho for 2 days to do the train the trainers class. And so we got in simulators. That was the first time. And within a 5-month period, I went from fog, rain, sleet, snow, ice, and a flat tire, all within a 5-minute period. It was like, man, that would be a bad day in real life. I'd at least take manufacturing to a country that's not communist. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, think about that for a minute. During the 50s and 60s, you know, if you were a suspected communist and you're blacklisted, and we had the Cold War going on, and, you know, communism was the enemy, huge communist enemy, and now we're like 90% of our stuff is made by a communist country. I am 10 toes up every day. It's great. I do what I want when I want to. Awesome. But welcome back, Food Mooch. Are you truly happy? Are you truly happy? Big Orange runs you into an ambulance in the snow. With about 10 feet of visibility. When I went back as an IC, I knew what was coming and stopped before I hit it. There you go. Welcome back. I'm glad you're happy because, you know, you'd be amazed how many people you ask that question, they can't answer it. What makes you happy? Are you happy? What makes you happy? 710 comes out of Long Beach Harbor. Those guys get paid per load and drive like the cops are chasing them. Imagine. Now we're at war with drug cartels and friends with commies. Yeah, isn't that weird, Everquero? Like, how bad is the Mexican cartel if we gotta, like, engage our Navy? That doesn't even make sense. But hey, I work for the DA, so what do I know? I'm a Cali guy. I know the 710 well. I had some health issues along with I started driving. My knees are toast. And as long as you're happy now, Food Mooch. As long as you're happy now. Load in Irwindale on Monday. Where are you guys seeing the most, like, strict, like, has anybody gone through, like, one of them checkpoints, like, at the border, like at Florida, Georgia border, or Texas, Louisiana border? Have any of you guys hit those? Because it's going to get to a point where the most reliable news we're going to have is from each other. And I kind of wish I'd gotten into the ham radio thing. You know, this thing's only going to get a couple miles out. I was laugh at that. You know, the whole Walking Dead when they're using the CB radio in the beginning, like they're talking for miles and miles. It's funny. Has anyone ever done shifting on a simulator? My driving school had that. Yeah, I think I did. I have to shift the one I was on. There was no checkpoint between Florida and Georgia where I was at the weekend. See again, well, I think it's more. Well, no, I thought I heard on the Georgia Florida line, but I guess maybe it was Alabama. M-Ham. What's M-Ham? I quit the ham radio thing when I found out there was no ham involved. Ham equals truth. Yeah, there's like a ham radio club around Springfield. Wish I remember the name of that. My wife might remember. There is some outdoor like convention kind of thing that Bass Pro is holding. Man, this truck's shaking quite a bit for being floor loaded. Because I don't want to pay that detention. But yeah, if crap ever hits the fan, ham radio is going to be the way to go. New York State has troopers on 90 when I went through, no checkpoints, all scales are closed, lots of four-wheelers flying around without pilot's license and such. They're unloading, welcome back. Red Cross used to do classes to get ham licenses. Really? Wonder how one goes about that. I know nothing of that world, which, a year ago I didn't know anything about guns, and I know quite a bit now. Not enough, but enough that I can have conversations with other gun people, whereas like 6 months ago I was like, yeah. Which I do that pretty much anyways. I've been all over the country, and I'd say 40% of people are actually staying home. It's weird. It's like I went through Lake the Ozarks today, and there was like one kayak out on the lake. But yet in town it was busy as it usually is. How many people here know Morse code? I know Morse code. Here, check it out. What's that say? That looks so stupid. Oh, shit. I'm actually in a fairly decent mood tonight. They are not so stringent anymore. It used to be you had to learn Morse code to get basic license. Ralph Floto, what's up? I know Morris the cat. YouTube will slap a seizure warning on this video. Spooby knows what it was. SOS. You guys remember Maximum Overdrive and like the trucks were trying to communicate with the humans, machine gun, and it used its horn to communicate with humans, and there was only like the only person that knew Morse code was a little kid because he was like, his dad just died or was killed, and he was the only one that knew Morse code because of the Boy Scouts. You guys remember that part of Maximum Overdrive? The checkpoints are only on I-10 and 95, says Pro Trader Matt. And learn Morse code. That's a good place to know. Big Houston, what's up? Michael N, what is up? Michael N, how are things going over there at the company that you're at? Maximum Overdrive is an awesome movie. I don't care how cheesy you think it is, how illogical you think it is. but is one of the best movies ever. Now, if you really dig hard, you can find the movie that it was like, oh, what do they call them? They got the same title as box office hits, but they're not the real movie. What do they call them? It's like the near beer of the box office hits. But anyways, this was like someone took this movie and said, we could do this better. The movie Trucks. Have you guys seen that? I couldn't even get through all that. Look up the movie Trucks. Just Trucks. And tell me that that's not, tell me you'd want to watch that all the way through. Trucker's Table. Beef Lick. No. There's like a term. Like when you go to a movie rental store and you look for like, I don't know, like say the Transformers, right? And there'll be a movie right next to it called The Transformers, and it'll have something in small print, and you think you're getting the real thing, but you're not. Spoof? No, it's not spoof. We used this term just like a few days ago. There's a series of books based off of Maximum Overdrive? Really? Bootleg? No, not bootleg. It's like and now this is gonna bug me. So now I got 22 people watching me be a dumbass more than normal. Let's see. Like, oh man, I can't remember. Knockoff? Yeah. It's like a knockoff. No, not a director's cut. No, it's like for example, my daughter wanted to see the Beauty and the Beast, the live action one, right? And wrote the movie. And we accidentally grabbed it. And it wasn't until we were outside the store and we realized it. So this isn't the Disney version. Like a false, I don't know. Okay, let's Google this. Hold on. What do you call it when a movie has the same release name as a real movie? Twin film? No, that's not it. Plagiarism? No, that's not it. God. Oh well. Well, we'll keep it going for as long as they're unloading me is, which they're shaking the truck pretty good, so that's good. Cover movie, like cover band? No. What is it? This is the most entertainment you had in days, there, Vaquero? Vaquero's life. The thing I remember most about Maximo Drive was AC/DC, right? It's been better. Man, what is it? Okay. What do you call it when there's a movie released with the same name as a big release? No. Mockbuster. Maybe that's what it is. A mockbuster, not a blockbuster. It's something like that. That's what it is. Remake. Oh, no, not a remake. You're extremely bored watching kittens on YouTube. I mean, that will be much more entertaining. In fact, you can even film it. That could be your YouTube channel. Welcome back, kitten watching. Trucks was a Stephen King short story that he based Maximum Overdrive on. Yeah, but they made a movie off that, Spoopy. It was like someone made the movie Trucks, and then someone said, you know what? We can do that way better. I got a buddy of mine that put a clown head on a truck. But yeah, I do like the soundtrack of that, of Maximum Overdrive, not Trucks. Mockbuster. Yep. Houston. Thank you very much. Mockbuster. You guys remember video stores? You can actually still rent movies. We do that. You know, for $1, you get a DVD of a movie. You know, there are some movies like recent that I'm glad I rented instead of watched or bought, like Lion King. The Lion King live action, that kind of sucked. Seemed like there's a couple others. I was like, yeah, I wanted to see it, but I didn't want to like pay $18 for it. Kind of like the Tremors movies. I never even heard that term before. Obviously, Nick, because your guesses were way off, way off. What was the movie with the narrow-nosed Pete? Duel. Duel. Which, okay, so check this out. Find this on YouTube. Compare, because that was a Steven Spielberg, like his first deal, right? Was Duel. And if you look at the structure of Duel and Jaws, they are almost identical. It's also called a knockbuster. That term works good too. You want to say Doom? No, that'd be a cool name for a truck movie though. Family Video is closing stores because they can't compete with On Demand while in the recliner. Well, right now the Family Videos are, but everybody knows that the best trucking video ever is Convoy. Now, I know some of you guys, Smoking the Bandit, no. It's not really a trucking movie. There's a truck involved, and there's truck drivers involved, but that was more about an outlaw truckers that advertised the new Trans Am. That's what that movie is. Which I love that movie, don't get me wrong. You know, number 2, part 2, Smoking Man part 2, I actually liked it. The duel between all the big trucks and all the cop cars, that was kind of awesome. But Convoy, that's the movie that started it all for me. My favorite movie with the truck in it was called The Hitcher. Pale Rider TV, I think he went to bed. Steve using Google should be the name for the channel. That's a good idea, Everquero. Netflix killed the video store when they sent videos and games in the mail. Yeah, and you know what? I kind of miss those days because back then Netflix had more of a variety. They had more of the blockbusters. Now they've got, seems like 90% of their content is original. Content is original, which is fine. Their original content is pretty good, but new channel. I could barely keep up with this dumb channel. In my old channel, I got like 300 subscribers on that one. I have been thinking about utilizing that channel for gun stuff. I have been thinking about that. Because once I do gun stuff on this channel, I'll be demonetized because Google hates the Second Amendment. So we've talked about truck movies, mockbusters, blockbusters. What else do you guys want to guess about? If it's not, and Gallagher, what's up? Can you name the channel Gunsmoke? Or you named it again. I thought you were asking me. No, I bet you there's a channel out there named Gunsmoke. Let's check. Oh, wait, what was that comment? My recruiter actually said watch plenty of Bandit and Convoy, no lie. A recruiter said that because they want you to think that it's all awesome out here, like those two movies did. Okay. Now, there's a scene in Convoy where the news is interviewing all the drivers in the convoy and they're griping about a lot of the same stuff that we gripe about today, right? Except back then, they had the double nickel thing going on. But the reason why the recruiter wanted you to do that was because it would make you feel good about being a trucker, and staying true to the old school is important. Hate the cops, all that kind of stuff. That's important. Recruiters are slime balls. They'll say what it takes to get your butt in the seat. Never trust recruiters. First thing you learn as a trucker. Smoothie, I've got a good story for you. So when I went to trucking school, or CDL school, that's a better term, because they don't teach you how to be a trucker. They teach you how to get your CDL. Covenant had just bought all new equipment because it was just time. Right? And they had a huge recruiter poster in the hallway of the school, and it showed a nice sleeper, and they said, we've got new equipment, basically showing that off. And so that same day, there was a gal that was in our class. She was having trouble understanding the air brake situation. So I said, well, let's go in the truck. And of course, she kind of looked at me weird, like, oh, I'm not getting in the truck with you. No. She had never been inside the truck. And when I explained to her the air brake system, she was able to grasp it. But she's like in the cab just looking around. She'd never been in a big truck. And so when the instructor said that the recruiter from Covenant was coming, I was like, is he going to come in one of the brand new trucks that they're bragging about? Because a lot of these people in CDL schools have never been inside a big truck. Like, how many fairs have you gone to where they got a truck on display where the kids can get in and all that stuff, right? So he smiles and he goes, you know what, Steve? That's a good idea. You should ask him that when he gets here. Will do. So the guy shows up in like this pimped out, gold plated freaking Cadillac. And so, he's addressing the class in the classroom, and I raised my hand. My instructor was like, yeah, Steve, ask your question. I said, hey, how come you don't go to these schools with one of your trucks and all that? And he's like, are you kidding me? Then the company would make me sleep in it. And the minute he said that, he realized what he just did. Because he came across as a pompous, used car salesman, complete with the pimped out Cadillac that would explain such a person. And he realized that he was doomed right then and there. And, because now this guy just put out there, he's too good to sleep in the truck. Here you are, you're going to convince people. No, so he goes over his whole spiel of what Covenant does. And what a lot of people don't know, back then, this is like 10 years ago, I don't know if they still do this. They put, when you're done with training, they grab you out of CDL school and they train you with the trainer for I forget how many weeks. And then they make you team with another newbie for another, I forget how many weeks or miles. And so he's trying to do the spiel. He's like, so, what happens after, you're done training and, and you're ready to get your own truck? What's the first thing that's going to come to your mind? I raise my hand. He sighs and he looks at me. He goes, I go, well, if you're trained right, you're going to go and do your first load with confidence and do it. And he goes, wrong. He goes, you're going to be scared poopless or censoring, okay? So we pair you up with another guy that just came out of training. So I raise my hand again. He goes, yes. I go, so now you got two scared people in the same truck that may or may not be compatible. And man, that dude glared at me like if looks could kill, I'd be dead. So that's strike number 2 in his whole spiel that he tried to. I don't think he ended up recruiting anybody from that class. Thanks to Mr. Smartass right here. Like, give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it quick. I'm in a goddamn hurry. There you go. Yeah, we have new equipment line. It's true they do have new equipment, but you're not getting it. Number one, yeah, not only that, but they had to renew the equipment because at that point in time, Covenant trucks and trailers were looking pretty shady. Now, if you're a Covenant guy and you're watching this, you'd be like, man, Steve's making fun of my company. I'm not making fun of the company. I'm just making fun of this recruiter, and I don't believe in their just out of training policy. I just don't believe that. And there were other recruiters that came in. We saw the recruiter for CFI. We saw the recruiter for ONS. We saw the recruiter for Coca-Cola. Who's the other recruiter? Oh, we went to Prime. We did a field trip to Prime, right? So I've been in the Prime facility. It's pretty impressed with it. And then we had a recruiter from Transland, and everybody who knows my history, that they know that's where I went. The ONS and the CFI guys loved my questions because it showed that I had done my homework, which I had. I was on the truckers list to look for. I used to watch BJ and the Bear when I was a kid. That old red and white cab over was something else. Spooky, I love that truck. But I actually didn't really like that TV show because I'm not a fan of monkeys. I'm really not. I don't know why. I don't know. Should have been a trucker dog named Bear, and then that would have been more interesting. Truck I learned to drive in was George Washington's first truck, and it was a hand-me-down when he had it. Air That's funny. CFI is a trash company. No, they're not. They're a trucking company, not a trash trucking company. I was lucky. Millis was a pretty great company to start out with in '98, 4 months after I got started bringing a truck. Agent Orange, there was a trucker who, also known as Dump Truck Bob, he went to Millis and did really good for his first year. He documented his whole journey. It was really good. He was a really good vlogger. Yeah, it was K100. Yeah, and they had that at GATS a couple of years ago. It was kind of neat. And the guy that played BJ, he was there too. I'm here, start over. What I missed, you called you a liar. Welcome back. Obviously does not like CFI, which are practically a different company now. I almost went to CFI. That is a fact. We were ready to get me a hotel room there in Joplin. But I did not do it. And I'm glad because I wouldn't have been home as much. Yeah. Yep, Trucker Who. Yep. I don't know if he still has his channel or not. Here recently, he's been doing like he gutted out a school bus and made it into an RV, and he's been doing really well. It had so much duct tape holding the dash together, I couldn't find the key. I had a really good instructor in CDL school. I'm still friends with this. Who called you a liar? Thomas Wilson, you want to know who called me a liar? A guy. I would have walked away from that death trap, LOL. Well, you guys have heard, if you go back to my video, I did a live feed with bigrigceo. No, wait, I don't know if he told that story then or not. Go to bigrigceo's videos, and he tells the story. I think when he's talking about the crapper that he gave away. He has a really good training story. I have to say, man, these people are getting it. They got 40 more minutes, and then I'm boom into detention. This is not boring, but you know my entertainment situation. No, I've been pretty blessed, man. I only work for one company as a company driver. They're really good. I'd still be over there now. Had I not want to venture into owner-operatorism. And they got me home when I needed them to. They were very flexible when I was going through a tough time at home. They always had me in a new truck. I drove 3 brand new trucks straight from the lot when I was there for 6 years. They still. The truck I learned to drive in was a 1966 Kenworth W9. My dad had it as a yard truck. That'd be kind of cool. Speaking of Schneider and W9s, I saw 2 W9s doing a power only move. Both of them brought Schneider trailers and they bobbed it out. I know that's really interesting, but they were nice W9s. Think of all the concert tour drivers out of work. Yep. I'm friends with a couple of them. I'm friends with 2 guys that do that. And they are bored to death. And I was talking to a friend of mine that is he hires drivers, and he's hiring a guy that was laid off recently. You're going to start seeing more of that. But yeah, tour drivers. I know some people that had some really nice trucks at Landstar that did the NASCAR series camera equipment and the Monday Night Football camera equipment. They're probably out of work as well. Truck shows too, yep. You told that story in your meeting. My search Snorlord bigrigceo and that video will pop up. All right, Pamela, you too, man. You too. And he's told me that story. Look, James has got some really good training stories. And he and I were actually responsible for kind of doing the schedule. Like, we kind of took Transland's training methods and kind of put it into a book form for them, and we changed it up for them. We thought it was best that if a driver, instead of 8 weeks with one guy, they would do 4 weeks with one and 4 weeks with another, with 2 weeks doing the local day cab stuff. Because I got to do 2 weeks of day cab stuff, and it was some of the best training I've had. train, James pretty much traumatized him, and then I kind of like leveled him out. And then that guy's a safety director for a company right now. So I think we did him some good. Daycab is the bomb.com. What would you know about day cabs, Thomas? You wouldn't know anything about that. Stay in hotels. You can stay in hotels with the sleeper. There's just no point to it. No, we're not quite unloaded yet, but we're getting there. I've driven only two day cabs. One was an International Pro Star, and the other one was a Freightliner Cascadia. The only Cascadia I ever drove was a day cab. And it was weird because I was in a T660, which you can reach over and roll down your passenger window if you wanted to, or lock the door or whatever. Whereas the Cascadia had a wider cab than the 660, and that was weird to me. I kind of wish I'd went into truck driving school just for the experience. Well, I read a lot of horror stories of these really bad driving schools. And the one that I went to doesn't exist anymore, but it was through a community college. Yeah, dude, just flash your brights. Blind me. See if I care. Speaking of Cascadias, anyways, if he goes down that aisle, he'll run over a nail. Snowlord, I have to be up and running early. This old man needs some beauty sleep. Well, you better go to bed, Thomas. Good thing Pale Rider's in here with you talking 660s. It's true. You can adjust the passenger side mirror without leaning over. Yeah. I did like the sleeper in that 660. I don't know. I just have too much stuff in my truck. I got too much stuff in this truck. One of these days, I'm going to pull up next to a dumpster and just dump half the stuff back there. Yeah, there you go. Do you think dry freight will affect with the economy tanking? Absolutely, Rick. I absolutely do. Because as more and more, especially if warehouses and more go back, or they start laying off, it's like yesterday I saw a Maverick truck with a headache rack pulling a box van, a leased out box van. And I guarantee you it was probably some of their glass guys have gotten laid off. Or the boat guys. That's probably what it was, the boat guys. Because Maverick and TMC haul a lot of boats out of Track Marine there, out of Lebanon and Bolivar, Missouri. But yeah, I mean, if you're furniture, any luxury item, boats, anything that's non-essential that people won't be able to afford later, I think they're going to enter the spot market. They're going to they're going to acquire all these other accounts. So when you see the freight spiking price-wise, it gives these carriers an opportunity to come in and undercut everybody to get the rates lower. So I think we're in for a hard time. I really do. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I've always been a realist. And I've always been fairly positive, but You know, I've been telling people to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Shaw Industries shut down nationwide. Yep, there's going to be a lot more of that. Once things get restocked from the panic buying, that's going to be the end of good times for a while. Absolutely, Agent Orange, and I'm already starting to see that. Like where I'm at now, they're really kind of hammering this stuff in and out, but eventually they're going to catch up. But we shall see. But yeah, Rick, I absolutely do. I'm preparing like it's going to happen. I'm preparing for that freight cliff that a lot of these people are predicting. It sucks because we were going to have a really good year, I believe. Been past a couple of big box store truckloads of mulch, soil, and plants out in parking lots untouched by stores. Yeah. Well, you know, people are home, so they're still like, as long as Lowe's and Home Depot and places like that are still open, people still are taking this free time and working on their gardens and stuff. But the other aspect is that if you're out of work or if you're laid off or you're collecting unemployment, you may not be able to afford a lot of things. So consumer confidence is out the window. Trust me. If you were to buy a truck today, you'd be a very brave person, for sure. Good night, welcome back, food mooch person. Just gotta tread water and hope this crap runs its course quickly. That's exactly what I'm doing, Agent Orange. I'm treading water. Sometimes I get a really good rate. My rate per mile for the last 3 weeks has been stellar. Like to the point that I'm like, wow, I can't believe I got that. But I know it's short-lived. Low line coach, and you shouldn't trust liars. And that's the other aspect. As warehouses get more infected workers, I delivered this week to a warehouse that had infected workers, and they shut down for 3 days. So, to all drivers, hope you all safe for rainy day. Rick? Yep. That's absolutely right, Rick. Consumer confidence in the toilet bowl makers will put you in a car for 84 months. Is that right, or are you just being exaggerating? What is that, like 8 years? My math is off. 84 divided by 12. 7 years. Imagine a 7-year note on a car. That's crazy. It's true. Oh man. Yeah, any car is affordable. Like if you have a 7-year note, be upside down in that thing for 5 years. That would be the most idiotic thing ever. You must just lease the car. Rick, I have no idea. In fact, those of you who remember the truck parking Waffle House where dead bodies were found in the woods back there, there in Springfield, Missouri, across the street from Kenworth and Prime, they've completely leveled that place, and they're putting in a new car dealership there. Now, of course, that's probably all planned months ago, and the deal was done months ago. But man, that must be a harsh reality that they're about to wake up to. Exactly upside down, yeah. Yeah, I guess it falls under transportation, but I noticed that most of the car dealerships in Springfield are like by appointment only, the smaller ones at least. Because these days you shop online for your car. Honor the days that you drive to every car lot in your town. Now you just look online and then pick the 2 or 3 that you want, and then you go look at them. So if owner-operators or contractors, you should qualify for a loan that is equal to 2.5 months of your bills, part of the COVID relief thing. I don't know how they're going to do that. to be honest with you, Trucker Stable. I don't know how they're going to do that. That's what your bank told you today? Wow. With the CARES Act, you should see between $1,200 and $25K. Does that bills include fuel? That'd be a lot of money. They're just trying to survive like everyone else. Yep. Yeah, it's... What are you going to do, man? This is really... it's like hitting the reset button. If you got a weak business, this is going to... It's either going to take it out or strengthen it. It's either going to force you to take your head out of your butt, or you're going to go down in flames. ATBS put out an ebook with all the info in it for it. Oh, okay. And you know what I'm doing with that money? It's being put in the bank. We're saving it. We ain't doing squat with it. Maybe buy another firearm. But yeah. That's I gotta convince the wife of that. I also heard about 10K grant for small business owners that you don't have to pay back. That would be awesome. That would solve a few problems right now. Barbershop should be an essential business. I'm starting to look like you, Snore. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with looking pretty like me? What's wrong with that, Mr. Ramirez? Still, we have power, water, food, communication. It could be much worse. That's what I'm talking about. Panic buying over toilet paper. That's kind of dumb, And the other thing is about the toilet paper epidemic thing. So there are people that are actually, their toilets are being stopped up because they're using t-shirts and they're still flushing them down the toilet. We're doomed. We really are. Okay. We're okay. It's gonna be all right. Look, let's not do fear mongering like Food Mooch accused me of doing. Let's talk about something positive. It's gonna be okay. I was once homeless. And look at me now. For your information, boiled water with vinegar is good for your toilet. Huh. I do got the Duck Dynasty makeover. Despite what women tell you, they like the beard. Trust me. I love a good bidet. I've yet to come across a truck stop that's got one. Roscoe did, but I haven't yet. Yeah. There's like these kits that you can buy that you make any toilet a bidet. A bidet. Reminds me of my local plumber slogan, when a clean flush beats a full house. I had a good saying as a welder. Welders do it hotter and penetrate better. That's what welders say. You can make your own bidet, one of those pump bottles they use for weed spray. And no, you've seen the people that bring in like, all right, I'm gonna go take a bathroom break. Number two, and they take a water bottle with them. What do you think they're doing with that water bottle? What do you think they're doing with that? What do you think they're doing with that water bottle in the stall next to you? It's like a pressure washer or anything. When you said weed spray, I automatically thought of like Mary Jane stuff. Like, why would you put marijuana in a spray bottle? You guys are real talkative tonight. I've run out of things to say, and we're still getting unloaded. So you guys need to speak up, ask questions. By the way, I don't know if my channel's screwed up. I'm gonna show you guys something here. I want you guys to go to Lenexa and hit the thumbs up and like that video. And then I want you to go to Perseverance. I want you to watch that. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs down twice if you don't like it. I left up Good Evening. You can watch that. That's me being a dumbass. Playtime with RC. Fun of me for playing with the red chicken. You can do that. I took that one down. Took that one down. There's a really sad video. Red chicken mourns a loss. I believe that's a very important, life-changing video for you. Total Trash was dedicated to Les. Not because he's trash, but because he's from Tulsa. Les is actually a good guy. I would never call him trash. But there's a dumpster type place that I delivered to. That's kind of interesting, maybe. Sound the Alarm. Another one of my favorite vlogs with a favorite song of mine. Check that out. Make sure you check that out. All right, Noise in Illinois. If you could find the one thing that's wrong with that video, leave it in the comment. I bet you most people don't get it. I screwed up in editing. Okay. Let's see what else. Man, I take a lot of videos down. I kind of apologize for that. Carthage. That's kind of a good one. That's a very vloggy. That's me being in the caves. Check that out one day. Man, it's been 1 month since I did a morning coffee video. That was the last one, number 41. The True Threat. There you go. The next time I'm home, I might do a guitar live feed. Yep, that's Kansas City. What, you took those down? I take some of my live feeds down. It helps the analytics. You don't want to leave them up for too long. How are my rates? Matt, they've been really good on the short game because I'm hauling a lot of essential stuff. But I've noticed that I'm having to fight a little bit more to keep them up a little bit more. When you look at the click and goes out of my area, and so I think there's an attempt for the brokers to kind of bring the spike down a little bit. But right now, I think there's only 2 loads for every truck. So, and that get money here and there, but it's not like banging like it was just a few days ago. I thought you had a live MCT that was taken down. Yeah, that's true. But recorded one, the last one I did was 41. If you go another 20, this can be an MCT. That's true, Everquire. That is absolutely true. Everyone find the thermometer. I've got one in the truck somewhere, I think. But the battery's probably so old it probably needs to be replaced anyways. You guys know those laser temper things that you can buy at the hardware store? I wonder if those would work. All right, Spooby, thanks for watching. We appreciate you, sir. I think I'm going to get off here too. Everybody's going to bed. Everybody's tired. You East Coast guys are like, man, like almost midnight. So no wonder I only got like 12 people in here. Oh, I'm sorry, 10. It should work. Yeah, it's been long. One over here. It's been a long one over here. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I lied. I'm sorry I lied to you guys. Sorry I lied to Pigtail. That's who this is really about. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good night. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't lick people that don't need to be licked. And yeah, whatever.